Welcome to The Blue Dot, Northern Kentucky's premier political podcast, brought to you by the Kenton County Democratic Executive Committee. Welcome back to The Blue Dot podcast for our weekly roundup, where we deliver you all the news you need to know in 10 minutes or less, from national plans to local parades. This week, we're going to focus on the 4th. Thanks for joining. I'm Natalie McDonald.
And I'm Brian Koehl. With the July 4th holiday upon us and the 250th anniversary of the signing of the Declaration of Independence and the founding of the United States of America, patriotism and our love for our country is top of mind and the center of activity. And to celebrate our 250th in the way the USA and all Americans deserve, 10 years ago in 2016, Congress established the U.S. Semiquincentennial Commission to plan and orchestrate a multitude of events and activities over multiple years, leading up to this Saturday, July 4th, 2026, the big day.
It is, in full disclosure, Brian, 4th of July is my favorite holiday. So you don't have to buy anyone presents. You hang out with your friends. You eat, you drink, and you blow stuff up.
Yeah. What could be better?
What could go wrong? But back to the America 250 Commission. The commission's leadership includes members from the House of Representatives and the Senate from both parties, officials from all three branches of the U.S. government, along with 16 private citizens. The honorary national co-chairs of the commission are George W. and Laura Bush, and former President Barack and then Michelle Obama. The goal of the commission was to create a values-based programming with the approach of no politics, just purpose. That is until Donald J. Trump enters the chat.
Yeah, the guy who ruins everything, the guy who has to have everything to be about him, who only glorifies himself, and who is also a convicted felon and lifelong grifter. He decided he didn't like America 250 being about the American people and their stories, about the service and sacrifice, and the challenges and innovations that built this great country. Instead, Trump and his band of democracy destructionists created a competing organization backed by the White House, Freedom 250, and began the task of planning a series of MAGA-tinged partisan events thinly veiled as celebrations for all Americans.
It's so sad. It's so sad. But, his Freedom 250 couldn't do all it wanted to do without funding. So where do you think we got that money?
I wonder.
We siphoned it off the dollars from the congressional appropriations for the 250th anniversary programming. That's the funding earmarked by Congress for the official Semiquincentennial Commission, otherwise known as America 250.
Yep. Congress set up the Department of Interior as the conduit for accessing the $150 million budgeted for the official 250th anniversary celebration. And one of Trump's bootlickers runs the Department of Interior, so...
Yeah, so it's not really clear cut where that money came from, but reporting by multiple agencies and news outlet estimate that the Freedom 250 hijacked anywhere from $23 to $100 million from the congressional fund for its own program. But most say at this point, no one really knows how much money is involved. We don't really know where it came from, kind of like the $2 billion that he's grifted over the last year. But two private companies, John Deere and Northrop Grumman, are identified as strategic partners. And no surprise, also, there's a list of donors that are not being publicly disclosed.
Yeah, I mean, you look at the America 250 website, and it has a long, long list of donors and partners, completely transparent and quite unlike Freedom 250. I think it's safe to say that Trump looked at the celebration of the 250th anniversary of the founding of our nation and said, this looks like an opportunity to line my pockets and those of my family and friends. I mean, okay, right? He says this about everything, and I mean freaking everything. See for reference Trump Bible, Trump phone, Trump sneakers, Trump MAGA merch store, etc., etc. And Freedom 250 can be added to that list. The New York Times reported that Trump's allies were selling access to Trump and other perks for donations of $1 million plus to the Freedom 250 initiative. How much money did they collect? And where did this money go? And was any of it actually spent on Freedom 250 programming? No one knows, although hopefully we will eventually find out as multiple congressional committees are being formed right now as we speak to investigate this yet another potential corruption scheme.
Yeah, there's absolutely zero transparency. However, if there's one thing that we have learned from Donald Trump and MAGA is that they can't actually execute much. They talk a really good game, they steal resources they need, but then the wheels fall off the getaway card.
I mean, all you can see is that wide open green expanse of grass and hardly any people. I mean, no one's there because there's nothing to do, right? I mean, there's no rides except for a big Ferris wheel that's been working sporadically, no cotton candy, funnel cakes, or corn dogs. I mean, I guess considering who is in charge of this mess, we should be happy that they went with the state fair theme instead of a mock up of an ICE detention facility.
Yeah, that may still be happening. We don't know. We don't know.
Yeah, right.
You know, because
Coming attractions.
yeah, so on the Freedom 250 website, they have other events listed. So it's apparently air shows and presidential salutes, which,
Ooh,
who wants to do that?
I'll be
And
there.
supposedly educational tours and college lectures and cultural competitions and international programming via U.S. embassies. And that all sounds great, but we don't even know what's going to happen.
Right.
Well, we
Yeah.
don't know. It's a concept of
Yeah.
a plan. Concept of a plan.
Concept of entertainment.
Yes.
And even if Freedom 250 did follow through on some of those MAGA college lectures, I mean, what on earth is that going to be like? Cultural competitions. I mean, MAGA doesn't acknowledge any other culture than its own. So I'm not sure where that's going.
Yeah, there's definitely not going to be a diversity there. So it's really hard telling.
Right.
However, Ryan, there is some good news. The original, real deal America 250 did forge ahead and conducted some great events and activities over the past couple years. And it has been really a great and truly American activities and events in store for the upcoming 4th of July event. So
Yeah.
they did keep going.
That's right. I mean, and one of the activities I really liked was America's Field Trip. It was a nationwide contest for students in grades 3 to 12 to submit essays or original artwork in response to the question, "What does American mean to you?" They received over 20,000 entries, and the top 250 students selected by the committee will win either a special behind-the-scenes field trip to some of our nation's most iconic landmarks or a cash prize.
Yeah, I mean, think about that. Think about, some of the trips you can hang out with an astronaut at the Kennedy Space Center in Florida, or have a guided tour through Yellowstone National Park, or storytelling under the stars at Mount Rushmore. Those are all like very, very amazing events.
Yeah, that's right. So cool. And another part of the America 250 celebration recognized that public service is such a big part of our country's story. And for that, America 250 established America Gives, which has become the largest volunteer effort in U.S. history. This is a collaborative effort coordinated across multiple partner organizations, as well as many individual contributors. And to date, over 38 million volunteer hours have been logged. I mean, wow. That makes me so proud of our country and of my fellow Americans.
Yeah, that's the stuff that makes America great, truly,
That's right.
And so all of that is still alive and well behind the scenes of our current leadership. And also, Brian, as part of America Gives, America 250 is donating $1 million in 2026. And 250 contest winners get to help select where those donations go. So way to go. Nicely done.
I mean, that's a great idea and
Yeah.
such a great way to get people involved in and excited about public service. And finally, then on the 3rd and the 4th, America 250 has numerous shows lined up, from block parties across the U.S. to a Giving Fourth benefit broadcast show from Times Square in New York City, and a July 4th benefit show in Los Angeles hosted by Queen Latifah. And by the way, the tickets for that show are $17.76.
Nice.
And these productions have some real powerhouse entertainment, such as Brad Paisley, Mary J. Blige, Jim Gaffigan, Chris Stapleton, Maren Morris, Chaka Khan, and more. I mean, it's quite a shift from the super lame guest lineup for Freedom 250 that then bailed once they realized the political nature of the Trump program. So some really exciting celebrations coming up over the next couple of days.
Yeah, and it's such a diversity of talent, which I think is also like
Absolutely.
what is amazing there. And what's even more exciting, Brian, is that we have so many great events going on right here in Northern Kentucky. There are parades happening pretty much everywhere. The Kenton
Yep.
Dems will be walking in the Fort Mitchell parade. And what's even better is that we have so many candidates running. They're going to be joining us and walking together. This is going to be the largest Kenton Dems present in Fort Mitchell parade in recent history, for sure.
Yeah, and the same will be happening in Campbell County in the Fort Thomas parade. Despite what promises to be some withering heat, everybody be prepared for that. We are hoping to be at least 100 marchers strong.
Yeah, that Fort Thomas parade's going to be earlier than Fort Mitchell, so you guys got the good time spot. It might be a little cooler for you guys.
Maybe, I don't know.
Yes, but what a great way to celebrate. And we're going to recap it all next week because our 10 minutes are up. Happy 4th of July, everyone. Until next time, stay curious, keep the facts in focus, and never, ever stop fighting for what matters. Peace out, everyone.